ride slow through my city, cause I know how we get it. We grind hard for them digits. Just one more day in the life. One more day in the life. The
Welcome to the NeverFold Pod, the show about dope people that do dope stuff. You know, sit back, have your drink, do whatever you do, because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah. Today, speaking of dope people, my guy's here.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Podcast host, television host,
come on,
radio personality, actor, singer, dancer.
I'll do all of that.
Banjo player.
Yup.
My man, Mr. Quincy Harris, what's up with you, bro,
Babe,
man?
it's an honor. It's an honor to be here. Like, honestly, dog, you've been one of these people since we was youngins. You never changed. You've never, I've seen you through ups, downs. You've been the same. So when you hit me, I'm like, dog, I'm honored. I'm honored to be here, bro. So thank you for, having me on the couch, bro.
I feel the same way about you. It's like, no matter TV, whatever, I'm like, Q, I need you. You like, Spade, whatever, come on, I'm coming through. You know what I mean?
So, we grew up together.
No, real
we was
facts.
young, we was young boys. Like
real facts, real facts, man. So you got the podcast now.
Yeah, FAQ podcast. Me and my man Fuzzy, me and him met in LA when I was on the radio out in LA on the same radio show with Big Boy. And then he hit me maybe like a year and a half ago, like, yo, let's start a podcast. We started on Instagram, went from Instagram to audio to visual, and now we're on episode. Well, I can't say what episode, but we started. Y'all over
heavy.
A year in. Yeah,
y'all heavy, man. Y'all heavy out here.
Nah, thanks,
so,
bro.
You done had the podcast. You also had the TV show. Talk show.
Yeah, the Q, it was on Fox 29 here locally in Philly. Did 700 episodes in 3.5 years. It was crazy doing.
Stop playing with it.
There's a lot of shows. We put a lot of people on. I just kind of did what I was doing on the radio, on TV.
Exactly.
Whether it's comedians, musicians, all types of people on my show. 2020 happened. We had to kind of pause it, and then I was like, I can't really hand off my kids. I got 3 sons. You saw them. I can't give my kids shout outs if I pass. I can't give them props if I pass. So for me, it's always been, I've always studied the game of media. People like Byron Allen, you know what I'm saying? People like Tyler Perry, where you got to have ownership. So for me, it was like, I can either stay here and keep doing this, or I can start segueing towards ownership. And that's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Progression.
Yeah.
Progression, man. Equity. Progression.
Come on,
equity.
man.
That's what it's about in 2022. Equity. Ownership. Equity. That's what it's about in 2022. That's how you get your 40 acres and a mule. You own it. So me and you go way back.
Long
Some people
time.
may not know. Q used to be on the radio.
Yeah.
Before he was even a voice on the radio, when Q was the
background intern volunteer. Like, bro, you, Charlie Baltimore, and Dutch came up there, did this legendary freestyle. I was a volunteer at the radio station, whatever.
No shit, I ain't know that.
Bruh, it was probably like 98, 99, and I was, the come up show, you know what I'm saying? Joe Young, shout out to Joe Young, Cosmic Kev.
Yeah.
But I was just like a kid that was just coming up to the radio station because I won a contest, and they let me stick around. And when that time was going on, I was literally just a kid coming up, hanging out, being a part of the radio station. So like that freestyle, I remember it like it was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember some of the raps and all that stuff, but I was just the dude just waiting for my turn. And
I never knew that.
Yeah, bro. And then a couple years later, I got my turn. A year and a half later, I got my turn to be on the radio, come up show, and then morning show, and things just went from there. But like y'all were like major figures. Y'all was buzzing in the streets so crazy. And, this is pre-internet. I'm at college, I'm at Temple, and you got, I think Tino, somebody went to school. I think Marcus Graham.
Yeah, Marcus Graham.
Marcus Graham went to Temple, so I know him. I'm seeing the MF shirts. I'm seeing the movement from a real grassroots level being in North Philly. And so I'm going to the radio station like, yo, y'all know about, they buzzing. I'm telling you, though, and not knowing what that meant. Right. I was like the young kid with the young energy, and y'all were the same. So, we came up in this thing together, bro.
Yo, I did not know that like you just was there. I thought you already worked at the because that was my first time meeting you that day when me and Charlie came down.
Yeah,
No. I think I might have met you. No, because we did that before we went there with Major Figures. Me and Dutch did that with Charlie first. Yep, that was my first time really meeting you. But I thought you already worked at the station. I didn't know you was
hustling. I was just there. Like I won a contest. I would work on the night show, and then on Friday nights I would just try to stay on where the come up show because that's where the energy was.
Yeah, real right.
And then me and Kev just connected, and like that's like my big brother. Me and Cosmic Kev connected, and we started doing. I'm like, yo, you should play this song, and then the song will blow up, and he front on me. So I was like, all right, bro, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a sheet up in the DJ booth, and I'm gonna write down when I called this record. So it'd be like different records I called, put a date. First month it'd be a couple records, second month a couple records, third month. And he's like, all right, this young boy know what he's talking about.
Yep.
And then that's how our relationship kind of, you know what I mean, expanded.
Y'all had a good chemistry though.
That's my guy.
Y'all had a real good chemistry doing a come up show. Then you go on to do the morning show.
Yeah.
Then you end up going to LA after the morning show, right?
Yeah, went to LA in 07. I just felt like I was here too long and I wanted more. I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to do some like different stuff. And I felt like it's almost like when you stay in a certain area for so long, you're just known for like, I remember you the young boy and that this. And so I had to get away and just kind of like rebrand myself. And that's what that was always, you know what I mean? That was what that was about.
See, that's what that's about. It's growth.
Yeah.
Growth. The man started, won a contest, worked his way up, humbled himself, knew what he was talking about, got himself in the room. Because there's no, getting in the room is one thing, but you got to know what you're talking about. Just because you're in the room don't mean you're in the conversation. You're just in the room. Yeah.
And you got to pick your spots too. You can't just be like, I know all of it. You got to, you know, you got to let the game come to you. You know what I'm saying? When the game come to you, you be like, well, I think maybe this. You know what I mean? So, that's a little bit of, you know what I mean, of the story, man. You
That's typical Philly. The last time I saw you, we was at the Sixers game.
And
we diehard Philly sports fans.
So
what you think? Like, what's the condition? What's the temperature of Philly sports?
I think with the Sixers, well, first of all, like you caught me in a real moment. That's like, you caught me. I had my 3 sons. I had my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I do. Like I'm with them, or I'm on the golf course, or I'm working. Right. So just to see you and we was like right by each other, that was a great moment. I think the Sixers, it's not about right now. Right. It's always about playoffs. It's always about like, it don't matter what you do. I don't care if you MVP. I don't care if y'all 81-1. It's about playoffs. Yeah. And you guys show up in big games, and they haven't showed up in big games so far. So we're gonna see what happens in the playoffs.
I'm frustrated. I'm a little frustrated because I wanted a little more. I expected a little more, and I expected we made the acquisition that we made. I expected the gap to close a little bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we still having the same problems that we were having pre-trade. Yeah. So that's what's frustrating to me.
We're gonna see playoffs.
That's what it matters.
That's what
it matters. That's what it matters.
We're gonna see. Like it's just. It happens, but I think it's about that. And we always gonna be diehard supporters.
We're gonna turn it up. Yeah. We're gonna turn it up. I'm gonna be there. We're gonna be turning it up. We're gonna turn it up. What about the Eagles?
I don't know. We're gonna say I like the acquisition of Hassan Reddick. We needed some pass rusher from
Shout out to Hassan. Shout out to Camden.
Camden, like he's I've known him since he was in college. Great acquisition, great dude. I want him to sign Rodney McLeod back because of his leadership. And it's time for Jalen to come on. It's like it's your 3rd year now. It's time for you to step it up.
Is he the guy?
I think he can be. I think sometimes we don't talk about this, but in sports, especially from a quarterback perspective, when you white, it's cool. They give you all the time in the world. Of course. I've listened to horrible sportscasters on sports radio here. Like, he only has 1 year. It's like, dog, things gotta develop. We talked about this, building business, you gotta let things develop. Yep. So let them develop, but I wanna see some growth from last year. You know what I mean, with Jalen.
I think he's got some potential, a lot of potential. I think he can be the guy, but it's all about, do they want you to be the guy? You understand what I'm saying? Because when they want you to be the guy, they do everything possible to help you succeed. Yeah. If they expect you to they want to put you in a NASCAR race in a Hyundai, like you ain't, you know what I mean? How,
Yeah.
What they expect you to do.
I've
you
been
know what
there
I mean?
too.
They expect you to make a miracle, like, come on, and then they gonna blame it on him. So I hope they really, like, if they gonna give him a chance, I hope they really give him a chance. Really give him a chance.
We'll see. Yeah. They won't win.
Yeah, but as far as the Phillies, I like what they did. I think the Phillies are gonna come along. I think the Phillies are gonna come along for us this year.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I watched a little bit. Shout out to Bryce Harper. I know he got NL MVP.
He got the
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But again, with that, it's the same thing. What you do in the playoffs, what happens in October. You know what I mean? Like, again, you got to show, you get money from showing up in big situations. You know what I mean? And the way you show up in big situations is by showing up every day, doing it like it's a big situation.
Yep.
So, yeah, like, that's what it is. You gotta, you know what I mean?
You
gotta step it up.
To be here. Because we're not gonna give you no breaks. Because we got to get up and grind for it every day. So we expect you to do the same. Because we're gonna buy tickets and we're gonna come cheer and make a bunch of noise, but you know, don't have us looking stupid. Because we're gonna make a bunch of noise either way, whether it's cheering or booing.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a bunch of noise because that's what we paid for. We paid to make noise.
Yeah.
So anyway, as you coming up,
you're
doing a radio team. You had some great mentors along the way.
Yeah, I mean, Cosmic Kev is one of them. I think Kev doesn't get the respect he deserves here in Philly. I feel like a lot of people have like put their, well, I didn't make it because of him. Nah, you didn't make it because of you. You didn't make it because you didn't bust your ass and make a hit record. You didn't make it because your music wasn't undeniable. And Kev will never say this, but he's taken a lot of flack for holding the city down. And that's what he's done over, I don't want to say how many years, but he's been here, he's been a constant here for years. His numbers on the radio haven't changed. That's why he is where he is. You can meet him and sometimes people may be like, oh, Kev is this, Kev is that. But man, that dude, he cares about the music. He cares about his craft. He works really hard. And he's one of these people where, because he's not as loud and being like, yo, I'm this, I'm that, people take that kindness for a weakness. And I've seen it firsthand. And it's a frustrating thing being here from the city where, you know, you can go, oh, Atlanta, oh, you know, when you go to Atlanta, they play our music on the radio. No, what happens is in places like Atlanta, you got people that's independent, that's putting money into their projects.
Marketing.
And they're making their own wave, like major figures. Dog, y'all was buzzing before y'all ever even got on the radio.
Yeah.
It was like, it was something that we've never seen before.
Right.
Right? And it's not one, you can't put your blame of why you didn't succeed on one person or a station or they didn't do this for me. Go out and grind and do your own thing. If the Philly ain't doing it for you, go somewhere else. I'm only saying it because I moved from city to city. I moved from Philly to LA. I've done it. Like, so if you feel like you that dope and you that nice, go be dope and nice somewhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's Cosmic Kev is one. Shout out to Kobe Cole. Kobe.
Shout out to Kobe.
Cole was
And
like,
Kev.
Cole, Cole was hard on me. But that's what I needed.
He was hard on us because Cole was at 99 when we Major Figures first started. And he used to give us a lot of advice. Yo, man, y'all got to do this. Y'all need to start doing that. Y'all need to make these type of records. Y'all need to do this, do that. So shout out. He was rough on us.
Cole was like, man, I remember being on the morning show with him and Wendy, and he'd be like, dog, what you did out in the street, that was not it, bro. Like he was giving me like real, like, nah, that shit was whack, bro. Like, damn, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure it out. So it's Kobe was one. Cosmic Kev was one. Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams showed me how to do entertainment.
Right.
Wendy, she was never off. She would act like, I ain't gonna say she was acting, but she would get calls. We'd be in commercials. She'd be like, what? They said what? They did what? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. And she showed the art of showmanship in this entertainment industry, right?
Yes.
Big Boy is a legend. Big Boy's a freaking animal, bro.
Yeah.
Like that dude, he showed me how to be a professional. And just because you may be pissed, just because you may be connected to these people in some street stuff or whatever, always know that you're an employee of this radio station or TV station or whatever, and be professional.
And you represent.
Never let whatever, I'm from here and I know these people and they can come up here and whip your ass. Like, never do that. And that's what I learned from Big. He's such a showman. So, I mean, between those people, I've had countless others, but those were like the couple in the beginning of my career that kind of really like shifted and shaped me and was like showing me the way.
Now that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cosmic Kev, because Kev take a lot of lumps out here.
Dog.
Even me, I be mad at him sometimes. I used to get mad, but I'm like, yo, he got a lot on his plate.
A lot.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's like, he put a lot of us, he put a lot of light on a lot of us. You know what I mean? Because he was with us from the beginning. So shout out to him. Shout out to Wendy, because I think Wendy is one of the people that made the transition from radio to TV possible. She really was the one to me, because she, the star, you could feel her star personality through the radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like obvious she was gonna get a TV show eventually. You know what I mean? So shout out to them, shout out to Big Boy, shout out to everybody he named. So, you know we got to talk about something.
Come on, let's go.
You know we got to talk about the slap heard around the world.
Oh boy. Yeah, okay.
You know the slap heard around the world.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's a Philly guy, you know what I mean? You know, Chris Rock at the Oscars. Chris Rock, says something about Jada. A joke, makes a joke about Jada.
Yeah.
And Will goes onto the stage and slaps him.
Yeah.
And, I
think it was the slap, but then it was also the screaming after the slap too. That made it even worse.
Yeah, that was the whole West Philly came out of it. He forgot he was Will.
We could have played it off, because I was like, is this real? And then you know how Twitter go, oh no, it's real, here it go. And then when he's like, hit my wife's name, I was like, damn. The one thing is this, right? Will is a hero.
Yes.
He's a hero, right? Being from the crib, knowing Charlie, I've been in a man's house, just like he's done everything right. He's done everything correct.
Sure. But he's still human.
He's still human. But instead of the day after that happened, people weren't saying, finally Will Smith got the Oscar. Finally, all of his hard work has paid off. It was, damn, he assaulted Chris Rock. And a lot of times you gotta remember, we're in business, bro. When you talk about business, you're talking about sponsors, you're talking about people's lives, you're talking about affecting, he's not Will Smith, he's a brand.
He's a brand.
He's a brand when I mean by—
They can't cancel Will though.
They can't, no, not at all.
He's too big.
But he employs more people than we know he employs.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And in that moment, because I read his book, in that moment, he's always talked about moments of he can never protect his mom in certain situations with his dad, and he felt like a coward. And there were certain things that happened when he was younger that he always felt like he was never there to support some of the women in his life, right? So I think in that moment, he let it get the best of him. He's human, but we gotta know that when you're dealing with business, because I've had friends like, no, that's what he's supposed to do. It's like, bruh, it's ways that you can be so-and-so gangster. It's ways you can check people that don't have to be for the people, that everyone doesn't have to see.
For sure.
And I think Denzel and I think it was Tyler Perry who were consoling him. He was wiping his tears. He's crying because in my mind, he understands he understands how big that moment was, and that's gonna overshadow everything he's done. It's not gonna take it away, but instead of celebrating his first Oscar win, we're talking about what happened. And that was Questlove's moment. That's a lot of things people not talking about. Questlove won, Chris Rock was up there to present the winner of that award, and Questlove was there, and it's like, now that moment kind of like gets, you know what I'm saying?
No,
it just goes somewhere different, bro.
Will's sick of these motherfuckers. Man.
I hear you.
Last year, listen, Will was the grind up, it was the bid all around the world for like the last year and a half.
For sure.
He's sick of people playing
I get
with
it.
him. And then Chris Rock says whatever he said, not that he was, this is comedians. Comedians make jokes. I mean, I know it's a sensitive thing, but comedians make jokes. You know what I mean? And I think at that one moment, Will probably lost himself a little bit and just was like, it was a lot of frustration to make him do that because Will has been ridiculed and stuff before. He's one of the biggest stars on the planet.
My
So
goodness.
I'm sure he deals with those types of things. The whole thing was, to me, about the whole situation, it was like a sad thing I had to come to grip with, that America is so comfortable with black men doing violent acts to other black men that they just was cool with it. They didn't even make him leave.
Bro.
Like he just went back to a seat and chill.
Yeah, and I'm saying,
You know, if he smacks a white comedian, there's no way they letting him stay.
bro, first of all,
Keep it a bean.
you had a black director of the show. Yeah, Will Packer.
Mm-hmm.
You had a black music director who's from Jersey/Philly, Adam Blackstone.
Shout out to Adam Blackstone.
Right? You had Questlove from
Yeah.
Philly. It's all this black love, and a couple years ago we were talking about Oscar So White and all this different stuff, and I just wish I wish that didn't happen. And
Because that's gonna be their excuse. See, this is why we don't do that. See, this is why it is. See, because it's like, to America, this is the only way black men resolve conflicts. It's through violence.
Yeah.
This is the stigma.
Yeah.
And it's like, now it's like, look, he got all the money and more. He wealthy, and he's still da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my whole thing with it. It was just like,
And we've been in situations.
but I understood it.
Yeah,
I understood
I
it.
get it, but we've also
Like, stop playing with my wife. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
I got it.
But we've also been in situations, and I know you've been in situations where it may have been something that happened,
For sure.
and you deal with it not in front of the people. You know what I'm saying? And again, we don't know what he was going through at the time, but I just wish it didn't happen, because instead of us saying like, damn, yo, Will and Quest got their first Oscars, that's dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's being overshadowed by that moment. You know what I mean? And he's worked really hard to get to that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's synonymous with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He's he's on the Mount Rushmore of Philadelphia.
Yeah, nah.
When you say Philadelphia, Will Smith is one of the first names that's going to come to everybody's lips.
Yeah.
But like you described him, you say he's a hero. He's a hero. He's a
Yeah.
hero. So you got to understand you're a hero. You can't do that because there's little black boys that's watching you.
But that goes to show he's
Still human.
He's still human.
sick of their shit. He's sick of everybody's shit. Like, they've been grinding fucking with Will for 2 years, man, straight. Like, he's sick of everybody's shit. So in that moment, it just snapped. But
I just wish it didn't happen.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
man, me too. And I'm sure he does as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Hollywood OGs is in it like, yo, come on.
And bro, I ain't perfect. I don't want this to be used. See what he said when he was talking about Will. Now look at him. You just never know. It's just, I know the hard work it takes to be a professional, not on his level, because the dude is 1% of 1% of some of the biggest movie stars in the world. But to get to that level, and for all your hard work to now be about a scandal,
some stupid stuff.
something that could have been avoided, is kind of like unfortunate.
But shout out to Chris Rock for not like pressing the issue. You know what I mean?
You know how people say, and I hate when people say
But
this.
he was a consummate professional up there.
But people
He
say,
handled it.
I wish if it was me, I would. You don't know what you would have did in that. You
don't know.
You would like to think. You know what I mean? No one. If you said, if me and you was talking, a couple months ago, and said, yo, I got $1 million. Let's bet that Will Smith is going to assault somebody at the Oscars. You like, come on, bro, you drawing.
Yeah.
You drawing. That's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
Right? So again, he was shocked like everybody else was shocked.
No, I'm saying, but Q, you get up and slap me, man. We gonna move to furniture.
bro,
we moving around in this
you know what?
motherfucker.
I get
for
it.
sure.
I get it.
Nah, like, ain't no, like, shout out to Chris Rock. But
Yeah.
Will, if I say something about Jada, you come up and listen, I tell you, okay, yeah, all right, that ain't gonna go that way. Shout out to Will, though, man. Like, he's an icon. He's iconic. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And he's a hero to me because he lets me know there's no ceiling on what's possible.
It's nothing.
You know what I
We
mean?
could do
There's no
whatever.
ceiling on what's possible for us out here. So it's like,
Yeah.
I just, I wish it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, he gonna
You know what I
he
mean?
gonna bounce
But
back. I mean, come on, it's Will.
I don't think he went there because afterwards he still won the Oscar and they still let him get
he
up
had
and get a
to.
speech.
Listen, you still
That
got
blew
to
me
get.
away, the fact that they
Yeah.
just let everything like it never happened.
I think from a production standpoint, it would have been crazy if he would have left. Right, because it was like a 90% chance everyone knew he was going to win.
Yeah,
right, like he
hell
was
yeah.
winning all these other awards that usually if you win these awards, you win the Oscar,
Exactly.
right? So it was leading up to it. And so now, from a producer standpoint, do you ask him to leave? It's Will Smith. Let's not get it twisted. He's one of the most powerful people in Hollywood. So you ask him to leave during his moment, it just becomes...
It's true.
Yeah, so...
Then the moment never goes away.
Yeah.
But if he slaps a white comedian, Will would be in an electric chair right now.
It would have been a little bit different.
Will would be
been a
ready
little
for execution this morning. They'd be ready to put him in the chair.
Yeah,
this
it would
morning.
have been a little race war going on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.